In this video, I'm going to cover access permission definitions. Access permissions specify what an employee can do in the system beyond default settings. To begin, let's go to Settings, Advanced Settings, and then select Access Permissions on the left side menu panel. This will bring us to the Access Permissions screen. Here, we can add new permissions, which we're going to do in a moment, and we can edit existing permissions. The two permissions that come with your iConnect software are the company administrator and employee. And as you notice, these permissions are read-only, meaning that you cannot change them. We're going to go ahead and look at the company administrator permissions. Company administrator will receive access to all system permissions by default. This includes access marketing, reports, the administration functionality, etc. All permissions. The employee read-only permissions allow for the employee to access the register, access tickets, booking, etc. But then we start to see some boxes unchecked. When these boxes are unchecked, that means that the employee does not have permissions to do these tasks, such as add a new store or view, delete stores. Let's say you would like to change that. Let's say you don't want your employees to access certain reports, for example. Since we can't modify the employee from here, what we will need to do is to create a new permission. So I'm going to do that here. I am going to create a scenario where I hire contract employees and I want them to have very limited permissions. I want them to be able to do their job, but not anything more than what is defined for them to do within the company. So I'm going to call this contract employee. I'm going to save this new permission. I noticed that it was saved successfully. Now I'm going to come here on my drop-down box under Edit, and I now see Contract Employee showing up there. I'm going to click on that, and I notice something. When I create a new permission, none of the boxes are checked. So now I'm going to go through and see what I'd like this contract employee to be able to do within the company. I'd like for them to be able to access the register. I do not want them to change the price in the register. I do not want them to remove tax in the register. And I do not want them to allow a refund. Under tickets, I would like them to be able to access the ticket page. And under booking, I would like for them to be able to access the booking page, cancel appointments, and edit appointments. I'd like for them to be able to access the check-in page, edit their appointments, and cancel appointments again. I would like them to be able to access customer information and edit customer notes. And I would like them to be able to access the Message Center page and to add a message. I am not going to have them access import or export information, and I'm going to allow them to, no, I don't think I am. I don't think they're going to need to access add or view an employee or edit employees, etc. Same goes with inventory. I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to have them be able to access any of these. If I wanted to at any time, I could come back into this permission and change it and modify it to maybe allow them to access reconcile inventory if they were tasked to do same. But for now, I'm going to leave that as is. And I think we're good here, and I want them to be able to access only one report, and that is the sales report. So I'm going to save these permissions. Come back up here, so now I have my permissions saved. Now I'm going to go over to my employee. And I am going to add a new employee by clicking the plus. And this is going to be Joseph Smith. His employee code, I'm going to put that in there. Put in a work phone for him. Cell phone. His date of birth. His title. And his address information. His email, password, and now we come to his access permission. This is where I'm going to associate the permissions that I just created for contract employee with this particular employee. So he can only do what I've stated within those permissions that he can do. I'm going to click Service Provider, which he is. And this employee only is going to work at one location. If I had multiple businesses, various locations, I could add those here if he was a contract employee who, let's say, was a floater. He worked at my one business a couple weeks during the month, and then various days he was at one of my other businesses. I would be able to add another company in here, such as that. But this employee is only at my one location, and I'm going to click Save. Oh, it looks like I am going to have to add a state. I didn't do that. So I'm going to add my state. And it looks like I'm going to have my password changed here. So 1 second. There we go. Okay. So it's good the system tells you what you need to have. And we're going to go ahead and click Save. And the employee was added successfully.